If you're looking to learn guitar, check out Dave Isaac's Guitar Studio on Music Row. Whether you are a beginner or hobbyist to professional songwriter or artist, Dave offers a unique and powerful method of instruction that teaches not just the instrument, but the whole musician. Find out more at NashvilleGuitarGuru.com. From the family grocery hauler to fire-breathing racing engines, the one name you need to know is USA Motor and Machine, located at 51 Cleveland Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee. Give them a call at 615-726-3725 or at usamotorandmachine.com.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Music Business Daily, where we bring you the hottest music headlines.
Every day we do that for you, and today we have Jack White issuing some cool reissues, remasters of some blues artists. We have George Harrison's whole statue debacle, and we have a name and a release date for Trent Reznor's new online streaming music service. So stay tuned. Jeff Meeks and Chris Austin invite you to watch your favorite sports event at the Batter's Box at 43 Hermitage Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee. The Batter's Box offers shuttle service to all Titans home games. It's a great place for friends to gather for the game and after the game. So check out the Batter's Box Bar and Grill, and thanks again for sponsoring the show. Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkopolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Sharon Rivera.
I'm Kelsey Manning, and we're going to let you know what's happening today in music.
Right now, go,
First,
hurry,
Jack
green
White.
light.
Here I go, Jack White. Nothing could be more relevant. So Jack White has launched Third Man Records. It's been around for a while. It's his cool record label. And, you know, Jack White just does what he wants, man. He is just the expert on cool.
He owns the show.
He owns the world. And so he has decided that he's going to reissue through Third Man the complete works of Charlie Patton, Blind Willie McTell, and the Mississippi Sheiks, which they are all blues artists.
And they're awesome.
Basically, I feel like what happens is Jack White is just like, this artist is really cool. I really like them. You know what? We're going to buy all their works and reissue them. So I feel like he almost feels like he's doing the world a service, like, hey, you guys probably haven't heard of this, but it now has my stamp of approval.
He's kind of carrying the candle with all this.
He
is. The
is.
Beatles the other day.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing awesome. So
he's leading records.
Exactly. So at the end of the month, they're going to reissue, and so they're partnering. Third Man is partnering with Document Records to reissue the complete works of them. So Third Man was saying the recordings we'll be presenting in this reissue series are the building blocks and DNA of American culture. Blues, R&B, Elvis, teenagerism, it all goes back to these vital, breathtaking recordings. So I like to think that, you know, everyone that works for Third Man is kind of just a music nerd, you know, and they're just like, hey, I know you guys have all heard of Elvis and stuff, but this is who Elvis got it from. Or here's a lot, they like to recognize a lot of artists that maybe,
roots.
that maybe didn't get a lot of play in their time, or maybe are people that they have drawn from. So they're going to release on January the 29th, and then they're going to release further volumes after that. And so basically they're going to be available on vinyl for the first time in decades with new liner notes and new artwork, and so it's going to look all shiny and pretty.
Yay!
So feel free to
visit
get that
soon.
ready. I know you have to go drop by Third Man and get yourself a copy, or 5. I don't know if they have a limit.
Or maybe you need 11.
Maybe
like
you need 11.
Shawty Lo.
Shawty
Because
Lo.
he has a new upcoming reality show
man.
called All My Baby's Mamas.
That is what it's called.
He says he's providing for all his baby's mamas.
Yes.
He has 11 children and 10 baby mamas.
Oh my goodness.
So, you know what? It's coming out pretty soon.
It's going to be on Oxygen?
On, let's see. What's the release date again? Did it say? I think it just said this season.
It's going to be this season. Yeah, it's coming out. But I just think it's so funny. I mean, he, you know, he says he's been getting a lot of criticism, but he's like, hey, I take care of all my children, so much so that they're giving me a reality show. So, you know.
You better recognize.
I'm excited to watch this and see how it happens, to see where it rates in, like, my TV scale of, like, Honey Boo Boo Child.
And Best
to, like,
Funeral Ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to choose from on the air.
There's a lot of choices.
All My Baby's Mamas, we'll keep you posted on that's coming
Came
out.
straight out of the ATL, so get ready.
Get ready. I'm sure he'll have some rapping moments, too. It's really hard for anyone to top my favorite show, which is the T.I. and Tiny, the Family Hustle with the rapper T.I.
Tell me about that.
Who also takes care of his kids. But Shawty Lo, trying to jump on that train.
Biggest Loser.
Or Biggest
I'm also
Loser.
addicted to that.
We love a lot of great shows around
Well,
here.
this is really surprising. So Michael Jackson's song hackers are just sentenced to community service.
Only community service.
Yep, they hacked into over 8,000 files from Sony services and released unreleased Michael Jackson songs.
Ridiculous.
And so the judge has just a UK judge has sentenced the two to just 100 hours of community service.
I just think this is insane. I mean, they went in last year and they said that Sony hasn't released a comment, but a lot of reports said at least 8,000 songs, and then all of these unreleased tracks from Off the Wall, from Thriller, from Bad, so like all stuff that obviously would be highly valued, and they were just able to lift off their servers. And I mean, instead of really, finding them a lot.
Right, because there's people that downloaded maybe 22 illegal songs and they got fined $22 million.
Oh, yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
And so it's just kind of funny to me how that works. I like the take that Spin had on it where they just said,
where can I
they
sign
got
up?
all this and they said, where do we sign up? I mean, we got all these really probably awesome Michael Jackson takes, and you only had to do community service. So maybe there'll be a new system for that.
There's
like
going to be
if
a
you want
line.
to get some
all
free
these hackers.
music, you can just do community service. You can improve the world and get some great Michael Jackson tunes. So I don't know.
You might get a statue out of it.
You might get a statue out of it, but not if you're
because that's
George
what
Harrison.
England wants to do. Yep. So James Lambert from Henley-on-Thames, where Harrison once lived, where he died there.
Yeah.
A man from the town wrote George Harrison's wife and said, "Can we erect a statue in his honor?" And she said, "No, I would prefer a community project instead. The statue could create problems of different types of fans turning up, some of them unwanted fans."
Ooh. Well, I don't know. I think it's just maybe that, I think a lot of people, when it's celebrities like their hometowns, they like to keep those kind of, not as frequented. Like people know the Beatles for like being in London or being on Abbey Road. That's kind of like a tourist stop already. So, but I think it's kind of interesting that she'd rather it be a community project. I don't know what the project is going to be.
I don't see why a statue would hurt. People put silly string on it or something.
It might be too much.
Right out.
I don't know. George Harrison has no time for
pretty
silly
important.
string. No time. Well, someone who might have time for silly string because she'd make it into an outfit would be Lady Gaga, but she is currently apparently in a feud
and a fight and a cat
with
fight.
the Osbourne clan, with Sharon Osbourne and Kelly Osbourne and all the Osbournes. Ozzy probably doesn't even know what's going on, but Sharon Osbourne accused Lady Gaga of being a bully.
But Kelly Osbourne started it.
Yeah, Kelly Osbourne made criticisms of Gaga's Little Monsters fan base. And
saying they're the worst.
Yeah, she said her fans are the worst because they had made threatening remarks about her appearance. And then Gaga responded with a really long letter on her Little Monsters website and said, "I have empathy for you, Kelly, but I feel it culturally important to note that you have chosen a less compassionate path." She said, "Your work with the fashion police is rooted in criticism, judgment, and rating people's beauty against one another." And so she was basically saying, hey, you said that my fans criticize you on what you're wearing, but that's what you do for a living, And so she kind of backlashed on her, and so she said, she said, "To see you blossoming into a beautiful, slender woman who makes fun of others for a living is astounding. Why not help others? Why not defend others who are bullied for their image and share your story?" That's kind of what Gaga said, which is very eloquent. And then, of course, Sharon Osbourne can't see her daughter getting made fun of and got all mad and said Gaga's now bullying her and she's really hypocritical. And so she said, "I am calling you a bully because you have 32 million followers hanging on your every word, and now you're making fun of Kelly." So it's just like this big internet feud.
Makes no sense.
No sense at all. But I mean, I think that Gaga does a very good job of being eloquent and being very true to her fans and trying to be kind of a safe beacon. But, I mean, it's kind of just juvenile anyway. I mean, you're always, even if you're non-judgmental, you're always going to be judging people. You know what I mean? And I get where she's coming from, but I don't know. It just feels like celebrity feuds to me. So, I just say, just take a break. Kelly, go back to being on Fashion Police. Gaga, get some art pop happening because we're excited for that album. And just,
break it up. Break it up, guys.
Break it up. Sharon, just sit down. Sit down. We're done. We're finished.
Something that I'm excited about, last story of the day, Trent Reznor's online music streaming service, Daisy, is coming out late this year.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome. He's working with Dr. Dre to make the sound quality really great.
I like it. I like that he basically is like, sees all these other platforms, like Trent Reznor.
I'm going to improve on it.
He loves seeing things that other people have done and then just being like, well, now I'm going to make the Trent Reznor version and you guys are all going to fall in love with it anyway, you know? But
and he's working with Topspin too, which is a direct fan-to-base marketing company.
Yeah.
And actually, their CEO came and spoke at Belmont, and he's just a genius.
Yeah.
So really they're all working together. And the thing that how it's going to be different from Spotify is that they're actually going to hire music professionals to make playlists with new music in it for people to listen to. Because there's so many songs on Spotify and there's a lot of new artists, but you don't know about them because you don't know how to wade through everything.
So, and they said something about bringing like emotion back to discovering music, bringing an emotional connection back to the art of music discovery. So that's kind of where they're going. I think it's a really good idea, but I think it's really hard, even if you hire a team to make playlists. You know what I mean? There's just so much to go through. So I'm interested to see kind of where their take is, what their price point is going to be, kind of what their subscription is going to be like. But I mean, really anything Trent Reznor does pretty much goes to gold. So I have high hopes.
And he's been
for
working
this.
on it a long time.
He has. You know, we had talked about this kind of years ago because he always has projects all the time. So,
Typical rock star.
Typical rock star working on 8 things at once.
That's right. Well, that's all the news we have for you today.
That's
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at Talkopolis.
Tweet at us.
Download our app. It's free. Come on,
free.
people.
It's free.
Nothing better than free.
It's beautiful. Our faces are in it, buried between all the
Can't
other
get
shows.
any better than that.
So
Buried.
Buried.
Gotta find them. You gotta click on Music Business Daily.
Yes. But thanks for letting us hang out with you, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, it's going to be Thursday. Look forward to that. See you then.
Bye.
Microcasting for your city. Talkopolis.